the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen. God, you are the most powerful, here on earth and in heaven. Thank you for the love that you equally divided into us, for helping us find a solution to our problems, for giving us another chance to follow your steps. And arrow, we really need your help to find the formula of the equation. God, life is so we don't know where the vertex is, because without you, we are nothing. God, we extract our negative points by subtracting. We add or even multiply our positives too. We graft the good things we have into others. God, please forgive me for being dependent on material things. But God, we try to be independent. Because as your child, we want to be a factor in your plan here on earth. Amen.
One, two, three, go. Who are we? We are from the prison, the mighty Phrismatics. We're here to share knowledge, to teach you mathematics. Y-E-L-L, Y-E-L-L. Everybody yell, Phrismatics. Phrismatics. So, 1, 2, 3, go. Hi guys, we are the Phrismatics. But before we start this vlog, we are going to start to discuss what is the meaning of our symbol or our logo. So, as you can see from the top, there is the figure prism there. These 5 persons here symbolizes us as united of how to calculate the figure using the book and its theorem. So each symbol there on our logo or our symbol has its own meaning. So the prism is the figure, a solid figure. This calculator and this ruler here is for the measurement, accurate measurement of the symbol. Next one is the book, and inside the book, the formulas and the theorems that you are going to use. And this 5 is us. So, our first topic for this vlog is all about the twilight of Greek mathematics. This is going to be tackled by us. So, Miss Sheila Dante, can you read what is under the winning of the Golden Ages?
So the decline of Alexandrian mathematics, winning the Golden Age. Ptolemy II of Egypt banished disloyal scientists and scholars from Alexandrian Museum in Egypt. These scholars reached other parts of the Mediterranean world.
So, do you want to know why they banished disloyal? Because they want to adopt and they want to enhance more the mathematics during their times. Because during their times, we all know that the mathematics they have is not that accurate. This scholar enrich other parts of the Mediterranean world. So, as well as they learn, they go to different places in the Mediterranean. Then they also teach other people for them to know the things that others or the scholars have. So, Mrs. Israel, can you read? Who is Octavian of Rome?
So next is the Octavian of Rome, 30 BC. Rome conquered Greece and moved towards Alexandria. Julius Caesar is assassinated and his nephew Octavian takes reign. Octavian takes Alexandria, leading the final decline of Greek mathematics, especially those Alexandria, save Diophantus and Pappus.
So, before we proceed to the specific message of this content, I have one trivia. Do you know that Julius Caesar is not just treated as an uncle of Octavian of Rome? please take note that Octavian of Rome was also adopted by Julius Caesar by being abandoned by his parents. So again, take note, Octavian is the son of Julius Caesar, which is being adopted because he was abandoned by his parents. So let us proceed. Rome conquered Greece and moved towards Alexandria. After they conquered Greece specifically, so they moved to Alexandria to disseminate information and knowledge about what they learned. Next is, so as time goes by, Julius Caesar was assassinated. Not the literal assassinated using sniper, ha? Maybe you're going to think that he was assassinated by use by sniper. This word assassinated here symbolizes that in different way. Like they also being assassinated through bows and arrows, through swords, spears, and other stuff. So that was before. Next, Octavian takes Alexandria, leading the final decline of Greek mathematics, especially those Alexandrian Diophantus and Pappus. So these two are also mathematicians on Alexandria. Octavian saved these two in order for them to live and share what they know about these things, to share the things that they learn to others. The development of Christianity accelerated the decline of Greeks' learning. So, as time goes by, we cannot say that they just choose mathematics. They just choose mathematics to learn. They just choose mathematics to live on a daily life. No, they also have Christianity. So, Miss Debalos, kindly read who is Galerius of Rome. He lived from the time that he was born until 311 BC.
While his deathbed, mortally ill, repented.
So, kani siya, during his reign, dili kay siya ingana gud ka productive. Why? Because he just mortally ill. Sabot man ang mortally ill. Kana, for example, lumpo. Mortally you're ill. You cannot do things around because you don't have the capacity or the ability to do things. So, during his time, let us go back according to the book of according to Boyer Carl, A History of Mathematics, that was produced by John Wiley and Sons Incorporation, the second edition, he is ill. So he has this incurable disease. By the time he was the emperor or the head of Rome, he accompanied his people because there is one person who introduced Christ into them. Why? Because we know the missionaries, right? The missionaries is disseminating messages or informations about Christ. Next, Miss Impik, kindly read who is Constantine of Rome.
Roman emperor made Christianity the favored religion.
So, when his reign ended, Constantine of Rome made Christianity a favored religion. Don't you had confusions why Galerius of Rome reigned until 311 BC and Constantine reigned until 312 BC? Here's the hint. Rome is too big. So Rome is divided into different divisions. It's not equally divided, but it is divided. Yung ano touch screen? Walang touch screen. So, kato. Ito lang. So, it was equally divided. During their time, Constantine made Christianity the favored religion because he believed that in Christ, according to one verse there, all things are possible through Christ who strengthens me. I don't know if that's Proverbs, is that Psalms, if that is Matthew, but there is a verse there. So he believed on that quotation. So in order for him to contribute on mathematics, he believed that Christianity could also lead them because there is Christ who could strengthen their belief through God, and they can do things through Christ who strengthens them. So Mrs. Israel, kindly read who is Theodosius of Rome.
Theodosius of Rome, 392 BC. Is a Roman emperor who closed all pagan temples and forbid pagan ceremonies. By his death, Rome was finally a Christian empire.
So, sa viewers, no? So, during his time, Constantine not literally made the whole Roman area a Christian empire. So, during Theodosius, for example, this is the map of Rome. So, this is divided into different areas. So, during his time, Constantine only reigned Christianity on his land. So this is Constantine's land, Constantine Christianity. But during his Rome, Theodosius of Rome, when the reign is on his Theodosius of Rome, Christianity. So all of this part of Rome was made Christian, was Christianized by his belief. So there, pagan is one of the oldest religions. So he closed all the temples, forbid pagan ceremonies. So pagan ceremonies has different ceremonies. After that, he helped or he contributed in mathematics, but it was not really specified during their times because the book that we use, that our former teacher wants us to use, the book of Burton, 2007, History of Mathematics and Introduction, was also just saying the contributions of just their contributions during the spread of Christianity. Miss Dante.
Constantinople. By 4th century, everything to do with Greek learning was taught as pagan, as well as Greek libraries were looted and ultimately destroyed.
So for our viewers out there, so Constantinople is not a person. That is a place. It is located on Rome, on the bottom left side, according to Google website. So this part here is the Constantinople. So by 4th century, everything to do with Greek learning taught as pagans. Why? Again, this is the spread of Christianity. Christianity is still evolving during their times. So during their time, this place was ambushed and looted. Why? Because almost all or almost everything that the pagans have is in this place. They also have the libraries here, because according to the past and previous researches that our viewers made last time, there is a big library there. Maybe that's all according to the chapter 4. So there is something, there is one library where they have meetings and other stuff. But on this area, Constantinople, this was ambushed and looted, then ultimately destroyed because they don't want the pagans to reign, or they don't want the beliefs or learning of Greek people will be pagans. That's why they changed the Greek learning and centered not into pagans but into Christianity. Next. So, again, hi viewers, kindly take note because this thing is going to appear next vlog, which is our quiz. That is going to be tomorrow. So, Miss Devalos, kindly read the bibliography or small information about the Ptolemy of Egypt.
Ptolemy the Neos Philopator was an Egyptian king of the Ptolemaic period. His reign is controversial, and it is possible that he did not reign at all, but was only granted royal dignity.
So, if you're thinking why that his reign is being controversial, because Ptolemy the Seventh, as you can see, 7. So you could conclude that there is Ptolemy the First, Ptolemy the Second, Ptolemy the Third, Fourth, Fifth, and Sixth. So his reign was just being enacted because of the name he bear. Because of the name he bear, they thought or they believed that he is a royal blood. So during his reign on Egypt, it is called as the Ptolemaic period. Ptolemaic period. I don't know how to discuss that. I have to pronounce that specific word. So during his time, there are a lot of controversies because again, a background of this mathematician, they believe that this kid or this person is just adopted by Ptolemy the Sixth. So they believe that since he is just being adopted, and Ptolemy the Sixth and his wife doesn't have a real-blooded son or daughter, so they don't recognize him as a king. Yet he is bearing the name of his father. That's why his royal dignity was just being emerged, although other people or although his people doesn't want to recognize him as a king. Next, Miss Impic.
Emperor of Rome, 30 BC. His status as the founder of the Roman Principate has consolidated an enduring legacy as one of the most effective and controversial leaders in human history.
So, his status as the founder of Roman Principate. So, Roman Principate is one organization in our term. So, in layman's term, this Principate is an organization. Since this organization was founded, so all the leaders of Rome must attend when he calls a meeting. So, when he calls a meeting, since he is the leader or he is the Roman emperor, so all leader must accommodate or all leader must go on that meeting. An enduring legacy. So, during his an enduring legacy, he did things that other Roman emperor didn't do again. Because Roman Empire was developing time by time. But when he stepped on that stone after Julius Caesar, the impact or the development of Rome was too great na dili siya maabot or dili siya ma-reach on other emperors. Mrs. Israel.
Bibliography about Valerius of Rome, 311 BC. During his reign, he campaigned, aided by Diocletian, against the Sassanid Empire, sacking their capital, Ctesiphon, in 299.
So this is BC, guys. I just forgot to type the BC there. So during his reign, he campaigned, aided Diocletian. So Diocletian is by Diocletian. So this is a way or a script where he must do by healing or curing intoxicated things on his reign. So this is again against this Sassanid Empire. Again, Rome is not that accurate when it is being tackled there. So it is divided on different areas. It is not only centered on the Roman Emperor. Once that there is a Roman Emperor, they believe that the Roman Emperor have these all persons there. So it's like just China. It's just like the Republic of Korea, the North and South Korea. The Emperor of North Korea will never suffice or will never get the area of the South Korea. Yet, as a whole, they are called as the Republic of Korea. Next. Miss Dante.
Constantine of Rome, 312 years. Enacted administrative, financial, social, and military reforms to strengthen the empire. He restructured the government, separating civil and military authorities.
So, in this case, he is like Digong. Why? Because he wants the church and the government to have separate ways. What's on the church is on the church. What's on the government will be only the government. But during his time, he wants to emerge with social, financial, administrative, and military areas to strengthen the empire or the Rome. To strengthen the empire. So he is not just dwelling with his position. For example, I am here. I am Constantine. By the way, Constantine is also called as Constantine the Great. So if you are going to answer that during our next vlog, it's up to you. So, for example, I am Constantine the Great. I reign over until these people. The people over there is not on me. They have other leaders. So, he wants to strengthen his administration, having communication to others with financial supports, especially to those areas who lacks on financial stability, in social where people or areas has minimal areas to live on. Then military for their security. So he is also considered as one of the greatest emperor of Rome. So do you want to hear a trivia?
Yes!
So the question there is, who is the first woman mathematician?
Who is that?
Of course, it is a girl because it is a woman. So, she was named Hypatia 370 to 415 AD. That is after death. So, Christ is not included on that time because it is during this time AD, after death. So next. So this is one of his contribution. His main focus is the mathematics of medicine and philosophy. So he focused more on mathematics of medicine. The next, and as reported, to have written a commentary on the first 6 books of Diophantus de Arithmetica. So Diophantus is one of the contributors of that previous report. So Diophantus wrote this book. This almost have 13, 16 books. So the first 6 books that was written under this book, Arithmetica, has a commentary written by this first woman mathematician. So again, right, who is this person? Because this is going to appear next.
Thank you, Paul, for knowledge you've shared for us. And also, thank you guys. Hopefully you've learned of what we've shared. See you next time for the test of your knowledge.
Part 2. So hi again. Welcome to the second day of our vlog. So today we are going to dwell on the history of the trigonometric function as reported by.
Hindi naman i-edit, diretso lang man. Anong tanong?
So to my people, what do you
Di pang
know
stop-stop
about
ni Mali.
a trigonometric function?
Katulong sa puan. Prayer, yun, yung capital.
Dili siya ay dapat gikan jud sa sugod. Wala gi stop hantod sa mauman.
So for
Sagun sa
our
panay lang
viewers,
gyapon
if you
buhat.
know something about this trigonometric function, comment down below.
Mga ganito na. Formation is
Next,
dahil itong prayer.
while the early study of trigonometry can be traced to antiquities, the trigonometric function as they are in use today were developed in medieval period. The chord function was discovered by Hipparchus
Di mo
of
klaro, no?
Nakia and Ptolemy of Roman Egypt. So, a little bit background of the history of trigonometric function. During their time, the trigonometric function was developed on medieval period, but they just believed on 2 main trigonometric functions, which are so they just believe or focus their studies on these 2 trigonometric functions because they believe during their studies again and again that was lacking. They believe that using these 2 trigonometric functions during their time to solve all the problems that they are going to dwell on, especially on a triangle. Next. This is and the read.
The function sine and cosine can be traced to the Jaya and Jaya. Functions used in Gupta period Indian astronomy. Bhattacharya, Surya, Siddhanta, via translation from Sanskrit to Arabic and then from Arabic to Latin.
So again, function. So these 2 underlined word here are books. So we don't know how to pronounce this one because this is a Arabic word, a ja, or I don't know how does Muslim read that thing. But this, according to the studies before, the 2 main functions, the cosine and sine, can be found in that book, which was translated to Sanskrit, to Arabic, then Arabic to Latin. So as time goes by, this book or the functions which is in this book was translated again and again so that the information could spread wider and wider. So this thing will not, because they believe that all persons or all people must know mathematics, so they disseminate information in the different parts of the world. Next.
All 6 trigonometric functions in current use were known
in Islamic mathematics by the 9th century, as was the law of science used in solving triangles. Outliers may produce tables of sides, cosides, and tangents. They were studied by authors including Omar Khayyam, Bashara II, Nasir al-Din al-Tusi, Jamshid al-Kashfi in 14th century, Beg in 14th century, Beju Montano Silas, 1464, Meticus and Reticus student Valentinus Otto.
So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there are 9 persons who are Islam. So again, nagtubag ako viewers. Ang galing nila no. Comment. May comment sila. Live kasi tayo ngayon. So there are Islam mathematician. So again, way back before our handsome teacher or handsome professor came in, Dr. Aberion told us that Islam or Muslims has the great population or has wide populations who are more knowledgeable on mathematics. Again, he said that great mathematicians will be found at Saudi and different parts of Asia. Which are a Islam area. So we could conclude that 2 of our viewers here are great mathematicians. So next slide. Next.
Hindi ko klaro ang mag-PowerPoint.
Brahma, C1400, made early strides in the analysis of trigonometric functions in the term of infinite series. The term tangent and secant were first introduced by the Danish mathematician Thomas Phrismatics in his book Geometria Rotundi.
So during his time or her time, because the book that I read, Lars Afor's Complex Analysis of Introduction of the Theory of Analytic Function of One Complex Variable, 2nd edition, that was published by the publisher of the Book of Burton, doesn't specify that if this person is a girl or a boy. So this person, let us use this person made early studies, strides in the analysis of trigonometric function in terms of infinite series. So infinite series are series of numbers. So the term tangent and secant were first introduced by Danish mathematician Thomas in his book Geometria Rotundi in 1583. So during his time, these first 2 terms was introduced on this year. So again, we're going to have a test of your mind. LV.
The first published use of the abbreviation sine, cos, and tan is probably by the 16th century French mathematician Albert Girard. In a paper published in 1682, Leibniz proved that sine x is not an algebraic function of x. Leonhard Euler's introduction in Analyzing Infinite Theorem 1748 was mostly responsible for establishing the analytic treatment of trigonometric functions in Europe, also defining them as infinite series and representing Euler's formula as well as near modern abbreviations sine, cos, tan, cot, sec, and cosec.
So could you imagine how trigonometric function developed time to time. During the 16th century, the first published abbreviation was the abbreviation we know, which are the sine, cosine, and tangent. What that was probably being published by this person, Albert Gerard. So Gerard developed other things except trigonometric abbreviations. So he is not just focusing on one area of mathematics, because as we all know, mathematicians studies almost all of the branches of mathematics, not just trigonometry, geometry, algebra, calculus, analytic geometry, and different branches of mathematics, solid trigonometry, solid geometry, and others are also studied by this person. But on the 16th century, he published the first abbreviation. So during his time, as you can see, there are only 3. So the other 3 functions had no abbreviations to be used. So now, in paper that was published in 1682, Leibniz proved the sine x is not an algebraic expression of x, where we all know that sine x could be also driven to the formulation of sine theta, where theta is the value of the pi, or the rotation, or the revolve, or the run of the theta. Next is Euler. Leonard Euler introduction in analyzing infinitorium was mostly responsible for establishing analytic treatment of trigonometric functions in Europe. So he gave analysis on these trigonometric functions because before we all know that mathematics is not that concrete. So he gives analysis on these functions in Europe for the people, or for the Europeans to know things that they don't know. So they use the Euler's formula as well as the near modern abbreviation. So near modern doesn't mean that it is this time, but during this time. So near modern abbreviations during these years was sine, cosine, tangent, cotangent, secant, and cosecant. But today we use a 3-lettered abbreviation where we know the abbreviation of sine is sine, cosine, tangent, cotangent, cosecant, and secant. If you agree, comment down below. Next, please.
Next is a few functions were common historically but are now seldom used, such as the chord theta is equal to 2 sine quantity of theta over 2. The versine theta is equal to 1 minus cos theta is equals to 2 sine squared quantity of theta over 2, which appeared in the earliest tables. The conversine or conversine theta is equals to 1 minus sine theta is equal to versine quantity pi over 2 minus theta. The haversine or haversine theta is equal to 1/2 versine theta is equal to sin squared quantity of theta over 2. The exicant theta is equal to secant theta, quantity theta minus 1. And the cosecant theta is equal to secant quantity pi over 2 minus theta is equals to cosecant quantity theta minus 1.
So, for other information, you could also search the list of trigonometric identities for more relations between this function. So we all know that our viewers in these vlogs are mathematicians or soon to be Bachelor of Secondary Education major in Mathematics graduate. So we all know what are the trigonometric identities. So chord, versine, cosine, haversine, exsecant, cosecant, touch screen. Thank you. Exosecant, cosecant are some of the trigonometric functions we people don't still know, because we just know the cosine, 2 alpha, theta, the Pythagorean identities, which are sine squared theta plus cosine squared theta is equals to 1. Those are just parts that was revised or that was just improved by the former mathematicians during their time. So, if you are going to search this on Google or on other search engine, you could find more than what we know about the trigonometric functions, identities rather. So, F5. So, that ends our vlog for today. We thank you for joining us. So, don't forget to like, share this video, subscribe, and hit the bell button for more videos to be followed. Again, we are the Phrismatics. Thank you. So, hi again guys! We are the Phrismatics. This is our vlog 3, wherein we are going to share our talents on having the poem or the writing poem which is which is written by these people. So, first, the title of our poem is written or entitled Mathematics. So, mathematics. All is mathematics. The wind is mathematics. And your tear ducts, me insisting we continue the curvature of your smile. The rock you sat down on, the ocean that sighed on your stead, the proof that life is a theorem which can never be proven to one. I wonder how I'd feel from day to day if I knew not prime numbers and their play. If I'd never heard of E and pi, and still believe that God lives in the sky. Even though I've not done math for years, I fall into brown study next to squares. Ellipses please me with their enclosed space. Sequential numbers tilt my mind to grace. Calculus is nonsense to our its way, where nothing reappears to our dismay. It comes and goes like waves do on the beach, where men would stand up on the box to preach. So thank you for viewing this third vlog. We are going to see the next vlog again later for you to show or for you to see the rap that was composed by this person. Hi again guys! Welcome to our new video. This is the new number 4 vlog, which is entitled The Help of Mathematics Era, or a music video that was written by this little person here named Shinomi Dante. So This rap goes like this. In 3, 2, 1, go.
It's been a long years, my heart is still there, and I tell you all about it, all how it can help. Mathematics has importance, oh I tell you all about it, all how it can help, oh how it can help. Math, we know all the places we flew, solving we've been through. That we are standing right here talking to you about its benefit, about the people it makes us, and everyone this math for practical purposes. Spread it up and look of things being calculated. Those are the proofs of math existence. Now life is easier with a better place. Math is all we got. Everything we do, math is in our sight. And now it's gonna be with us for the lifetime. It's been a long years, math is still there. And I tell you all about it, of how it can help. Mathematics has importance. Oh, I tell you all about it, of how it can help. Of how it can help. Oh, oh, First, observe everything, and math is going strong. And what small turns to progress and progress turns to advancement that will never be forgotten and will never be get lost.
How can we not talk about math when math is all we got? Everything we do, math is in our sight. And now it's gonna be with us for the lifetime. It's been a long years, math is still there. And I'll tell you all about it, of how it can help. Mathematics has importance. Oh, I'll tell you all about it, of how it can help. Of how it can help.
So thank you for viewing this 4th vlog. Tomorrow we're going to have our 5th vlog, which is the mind testing. So again, this is the Phrismatics. So we're saying goodbye in 3, 2, 1.
Bye. Thank you.
3, go. So hi guys, welcome to our 5th vlog. This is the mind test. So since this is a live video, you are allowed to comment the answers in the comment box below. So our first test is going to be true or false. So number 1, our first topic is all about the twilight of Greek mathematics Archimedes. True or false? Again, our first topic is the twilight of Greek mathematics Archimedes. True or false?
Or react lang. True or false? True or false?
Ang hirap talaga kapag live. Number 2. Julius Caesar is assassinated and his nephew Octavian takes reign. Again, Julius Caesar was assassinated and his nephew Octavian takes reign. True or false? True or false? So number 3, Theodosius of Rome is a Roman emperor who closed all the pagan temples and forbid pagan ceremonies. Again, Theodosius of Rome is a Roman emperor who closed all the pagan temples and forbid pagan ceremonies. True or false? True or false? Number 4. Theodorus of Rome is a Roman emperor who closed all the pagan temples and forbid pagan ceremonies. Again, Theodorus of Rome is a Roman emperor who closed all the pagan temples and forbid pagan ceremonies. True or false? True. Number 5. Ptolemy VII was a Spanish king of Ptolemaic period. Again, Ptolemy VII was a Spanish king of Ptolemaic period. True or false? True or false? Number 6. Octavian of Rome consolidated an ending legacy. Again, Octavian of Rome consolidated an enduring legacy. True or false? Number 7. Constantine of Rome, he restructured separating civil and military. Again, number 7, Constantine of Rome was the one who restructured the government by separating the civil and the military authorities. True or false? Number 8. Galerius of Rome aided by Diocletian against Sassanid Empire. Again, Galerius of Rome aided by Diocletian against Sassanid Empire. True or false? Number 9. The chord function was discovered by Hipparchus, and Ptolemy. Again, number 9. The chord function was discovered by Hipparchus and Ptolemy. True or false? Last number for true or false. All 6 trigonometric functions in current use were known in Greek mathematics. Again, all 6 trigonometric functions in a current use were known in Greek mathematics. True or false? So by the way guys, by answering that in the comment box, each point by that number is equivalent to 2 points. So let's proceed to the next test, which is test 2, the identification. As you can see in this video, we have a background of choices because these are the people who are, these are the choices that we're going to pick according to the question. And this test or mind test is also 2 points. So number 1 on test 2. He is a Roman emperor who closed all the pagan temples and forbid pagan ceremonies. May nag-comment. Nag-notice. So, i-amended siya. Again, number 1. Roman emperor who closed all the pagan temples and forbid pagan ceremonies. So number 12, or number 2 rather, his status as founder of Roman Principate. His status as the founder of Roman Principate. So he is also a Roman. So he is from Rome. Oops. Ano? Si, I don't know. Number 3. He is the Roman emperor who restructured the government by separating civil authorities and military authorities. Again, Rome. Number 4. He campaigned aided by Diocletian against the Sassanid Empire. He is also a Roman emperor who campaigned and aided by Diocletian against the Sassanid Empire. That's number 4. So last number. This question was from our trivia. So, who was the first woman mathematician? Who was the first woman mathematician? So, what's up, man? Mama's over there. So for the test fee of 9 tests, this is accumulating 5 points, and each number has 1 point. So the first question of test 3, multiple choice of the mind test. The chord function was discovered by Hipparchus and Black. The chord function was discovered by Hipparchus and Black. Letter A, Rheticus. Letter B, Constantine. Letter C, Ptolemy. Letter D, Octavian. Again, letter A, Rheticus. Letter B, Constantine. Letter C, Ptolemy. And letter D, Octavian. Write the letter O. Number 2. He is the student of Rheticus who also authored trigonometric function. Again, he is a student of Rheticus who is also an author of trigonometric function. Letter A, Galentus Otto. Letter B, Omar Khayyam. Letter C, Hipparchus. Letter D, Regimentus. Again, letter A, Galentus Otto. Letter B, Omar Khayyam. Letter C, Hipparchus. Letter D, Regiomontanus. Number 3. All 6 trigonometric functions in current use were known in blank mathematics. All 6 trigonometric functions in current use were known in blank mathematics. Letter A, Egyptian. Letter B, Islamic. Letter C, Babylonian. Letter D, Greek. Again, Egyptian, mathematician, Islamic rather, Babylonian, and Greek. Number 3. So, number 4. A Danish mathematician first introduced the terms tangent and secant. He is a Danish mathematician who first introduced the terms tangent and secant. Letter A, Thomas Frickle. B, Albert Gerard. C, Galerius. D, Diophantus. Frick. Letter B, Albert Gerard. Letter C, Galerius. And letter D, Diophantus. The last number, number 5. The first published use of the abbreviations sin, cos, and tan is probably by the blank century. The first published use of the abbreviation sin, cos, and tan is probably by the blank century. Letter A, 17. Letter B, 15. Letter C, 21st. And letter D, 16. Again, letter A, 17. Letter B, 15. Letter C, 21st. And letter D, 16. So before we wrap it up, let us check your answers. Look. So,